Can you believe the prices of compact flash express type B cards? $339, $469, $500, $1,049.99 for 1 terabyte of flash storage? There's no way that these things can be anything other than PCIe SSDs. Why are they so expensive? For those who don't know, compact flash express type B is recording media generally used for cinema and video cameras, similar to SD cards, but way faster. These prices are just ridiculous. There's got to be a better way. Actually, there is a better way. I mean, this crucial P310 1 terabyte M.2 SSD is way cheaper than those compact flash express cards. And you're actually getting 1 terabyte of storage. For the same price in compact flash express type B, you're getting them for 150, sometimes even 300 bucks for 512 or even 128 gigabytes of storage. Now I've got this SN770M. The prices of this particular one has gone up quite a bit. However, the point is you can still get this one for a lot lower of a price. What does that have to do with compact flash express type B? You can actually buy adapters that let you plug in these 2230 SSDs into a housing and use them as compact flash express type B cards. That's amazing. Well then, I don't know, I'll just build it myself. This cost about 30 bucks. This cost me about 100 bucks. 1 terabyte of storage for way cheaper. There you go. It's worth saving those few extra dollars. I'm gonna show you how to install it. Yeah, this actually isn't that difficult. You just plug it into the adapter, your SSD, and then you just line it up into the housing, and then you cover it. This actually does come with thermal compound. Me, personally, I didn't feel the need for it. However, your results may vary, as these can get a little hot, but I feel like the metal housing is gonna dissipate all the heat I need without it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and screw in the screws. And as simple as that, we've got a compact flash express type B card. In theory, should be able to handle just about any footage that you're gonna be able to throw at it, from anywhere from 2K to 4K to maybe even 8K raw. Why don't we test that, huh? So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to run a Blackmagic disk test. I'm gonna go ahead and plug it in, and I'm gonna run the benchmark. So I'm just gonna go ahead and throw a 5 gigabyte load on this, and I'm just gonna select the target drive as my raw drive, and I'm gonna start the test. So we have the test running here, and what we can see already is that this camera can handle 12K 24 or even 8K 60 DCI footage. That's awesome. It seems to be able to handle ProRes no problem. Why don't we just do a real world test really quick? I have DaVinci Resolve open right now. So this is 2K raw footage. So I'm just going to take this raw footage here, and I'm gonna stack about 4 clips on top of each other. The footage is playing back in 24 FPS in real time, no problem. Now we may run into some issues when we start to cut just because, well, I'm on an M2 MacBook and this isn't the fastest device around. Maybe my compact flash express reader is also our bottleneck here. And also it's an M2 MacBook, so I'm not getting Thunderbolt 4 speeds or USB 4 speeds out of this. This drive is actually rated for 7,100 megabytes a second. So maybe it's just my hardware that's actually holding me back and not the drive itself. I don't have hardware good enough to test this, but that could be a project for somewhere down the line. Now, I have seen some benchmark tests from some drives and even some smaller drives, and they do tend to be a little bit faster from some of these articles, as you can see on screen, than this. However, I didn't pay $1,000 for 1 terabyte of storage, and that's the victory here. But okay, Andrew, what was all this for? Well, you remember my Cinepi camera? Well, that records up to 2K, even 4K raw. I was actually planning on upgrading the camera to take compact flash express type B cards, as it makes it a lot more convenient and smooths out my workflow when I want to pull the SSD out and then actually pull the footage off the drive. And it's just easier. And this is a thing that actually you can do. You can pick this one up on Will Wang's Tindy Shop if you want. I'll link that in the description. The design is actually open source, so you can actually get it made yourself by a company like PCBWay or JLC PCB. Anyways, thanks for watching. I highly recommend doing this to just let company knows that we're not gonna take their crap. We can and we will build it ourselves when possible. Anyways, if you wanna buy this stuff yourself, I have an Amazon affiliate link below, and I have a LUT pack. So if you would like to sign up for my emailing list, just to let you know when I've got anything going on, whether it be products or projects I'm working on, sign up for that emailing list and you get a free LUT pack. I hope you enjoyed watching, and welcome to Alt Frames.